biotechnology is in fact a hybrid science which deals with the technological implications, their applications in biological systems, and to get the best desired products of interest. So, biotechnology in fact continued much before our presence on this earth, that is much before even the existence or development of the human being. As far as the history of biotechnology is concerned, in 6000 BC, Sumerians and Babylonians did a type of beer fermentation. They did a type of beer fermentation, and the experience to get the best out of applying biological systems resulted in development of a new science, and that is called biotechnology. So, as the word speaks, biology plus science of techniques together make the new science, new discipline, that is biotechnology. I think it must be clear at your level that biotechnology is in a way considered as a science to achieve the best from the existing stock, from the existing condition, how to make the best use of things and the situations prevailing and to get the best result. In fact, it is the sole sentiment of biotechnology. And we should talk of the gradual development of this science, which emerged very fast. If we consider the stepwise progress and development of the subject, then it can be grouped into three types. Number one, of the first step, that is the beginning before in 6000 BC, production of beer by the process of fermentation and the role of yeast in this process. It was the first phase of biotechnology, and I preferred it to call as kitchen biotechnology. We use curd, we use different products of milk, and all these things together are the ultimate and net result, net outcome of the microbial interactions and actions, and we get so many edibles of our interest, of our choice. Similarly, moving ahead from this first step of initiation, the second step, that is development of antibiotics, is around 70s and 80s, which came into practice. How antibiotics were developed is another important area of biotechnology, and in fact it enabled us to make the best use of this science for the betterment of mankind and the associates. Then moving further ahead in terms of the advancement, with the advent and with the development of biotechnological tools, science and technology developments, the third step approach to us, and that is real biotechnology, which is employing cell culture, tissue culture, genetic engineering, that is use of techniques in molecular biology. And in fact, these all practices and experiments ultimately make a new science within the biotechnology, that is the science molecular biotechnology. The gradual and sequential developments have enabled us to understand the science, biotechnology, and to make the best use of science for human beings and other animals and plants as well. The biotechnology is a science which is understood, which is intensified in terms of research and studies across the globe. Considering the developments of biotechnology, I decided to talk some thoughts, some special schools on biotechnology, group of people working in the area. So, British opinion speaks about biotechnology. application of biological organisms, systems or processes for the manufacture and service industries. That is biotechnology, which is considered by Britishers, British School of Biotechnology. Similarly, a bit difference is the Japanese opinion, where a technology using biological phenomena for manufacturing of various useful products is in fact biotechnology, what Japanese School of Biotechnology feels and thinks. In the same way, US National Science Foundation also explained the science biotechnology as controlled use of biological systems for beneficial processes and purposes. And this is US National Science Foundation concept of biotechnology. See, there could be many more points to be elaborated, but as a person working in the field of modern science, molecular biology, immunology and biotechnology, what I feel that biotechnology, as per the discussions held here, is the science which includes biological organisms, then their applications in terms of the technological supplementation and the products which we get in the end. So that means what we get from the existing stock by the application of biological tools and techniques, and the product that we are going to get, we are going to have, we are going to achieve is of our interest for the benefit of the society and the mankind. In my opinion, it is best to consider as biotechnology. Genetic engineering, it is very pertinent science of tools in biotechnology, and it is considered as a recent offshoot of biotechnology which encompasses and includes gene splicing, gene cloning, recombinant DNA technology, which is in short abbreviated as R-gene cloning or R-DNA technology, then tissue culture technology, genetic engineering or gene manipulation. So all these points, all these steps in biotechnology ultimately further enrich the science biotechnology and make the best use of this science for the betterment of the people and the society. Coming to its scope, in fact, scope means how this science is going to add further in terms of the benefits to our life, how it is going to uplift, how it is going to make our life even more better than what is the happening today. So it is very vast area, and the constraints of time do not permit me to speak more, but I have prepared points so that you can understand it. See, there are three colors: red, blue and the green, scattered everywhere in the slide, and they are not arbitrarily chosen, they are not arbitrarily selected, but they are deliberately used. Green colors are related to environment, to greenery, to eco-friendly approach. Blue colors are the normal courses where biotechnology intervenes for the benefit of mankind and society. And the red colors are really the serious issues of concern. If something happens wrong at their level, then the serious complications cannot be avoided. That is why we have selected these colors. So I will start from environment. Forestry. Forestry is an area, you see, where by the application of biotechnology we are going to have better and better plants on large scale produced, even the medicinal plants which are of tremendous therapeutic importance for our life. Then the agriculture, that is also studied as agrobiotechnology. Here we are going to have better yield giving plants and disease resistant plants and many more developments which have occurred in this field. It is a full-fledged science. Here also in agriculture, the approach, the contribution of biotechnology has made it more meaningful, more relevant and pertinent. So is the case with biodiversity. Biodiversity is the topic of serious concern because it is at risk. And how biodiversity is going to be conserved, biotechnology is the best tool to support the process. And gene pool is mentioned here, which is playing pivotal role to control and protect and safeguard biodiversity of our environment. Again, environment itself, with the help of, with the interception, with the support extended by the biotechnology, with the application of biotechnology, biotechnological tools, the environment can be made free from the complications, from the famine, from the devil of pollution, and besides, the mitigation programs are also being run. The otherwise non-biodegradable substances and matters are subjected to the level of their biodegradability by the application biotechnology. So, environment and biotechnology come closer and is separately studied as environmental biotechnology. Coming to this side, tissue culture techniques, very important science, and both in plants as well as in animals as well as in clinical areas, we have sufficient role of this technique with the help of biotechnology to get best of our interest. Then metabolic engineering. See, metabolic engineering, that is how we can intercept, we can intervene, we can manipulate the metabolism of our enemies, the parasites, and we can favor the metabolism of our host system of our own body so that we can be controlled from our enemies. It's very vast area and it needs hours of discussion and hours of arguments, but in brief it is the point to be mentioned. In case of disease control and other areas, it is very important. Medicine. In medicine we know the diagnostic part, that immunodiagnosis, immunotherapy and gene therapy, they are the points, they are the issues which are of immense importance for our good health, and with the help of the biotechnology, the medical science has bloomed and it has gone far ahead in terms of the development. So we are getting benefit of this science with the help of biotechnology. Similarly, protein engineering, different products of our interest at the level of enzymes, at the level of hormones, at the level of so many other secretory products of the body, it has very important role to play, and this science is going to contribute through this area also. Industry, that is the area industrial biotechnology and industrial microbiology, where we have drugs, where we have pharmaceuticals of our interest, and there with the help of biotechnology we are going to get better drugs, we are having better success in our health sector, in our medical sector. Then gene technology or the genetic engineering, that is gene cloning, gene manipulation, recombinant DNA technology, hybridoma technology and quadridoma technology. That is how to, hybridoma technology is very important to discuss here, because monoclonals or monoclonal antibodies, popularly known, were produced first time by Kohler and Cesar-Milstein from Oxford, and they got Nobel Prize. It was one of the wonderful discoveries. Students, it is very important to mention here that such a biggest discovery was given to the people without taking 1 rupee in the name of royalty by these two workers, and they served their life for the betterment of the society and mankind. So these are the areas. Coming to red points, forensic science, that is science of crimes and criminology, There our biotechnology has many roles to play, like DNA fingerprinting and other related studies where its application has important role to play. Then bioinformatics, a recent offshoot of the science, and it is in fact biology and information technology combined together. Bioinformatics is normally considered a science to collect, store, manage and maintain data because of the consistent and extensive works going on in the area of biotechnology. But this is not the sole work. The science is used for development of drugs, that is CAD program, CAAD, computer aided, CADD, computer aided drug design, QSAR, quantitative structure activity relationship. It is again a science of immense interest, and many more points can be added, many more points can be discussed, but to begin with at undergraduate level, just imagine that it is a science where people are doing graduate level courses and PG, M.Sc in bioinformatics, and they are pursuing for M.Phil and PhD also. It is very important science. And intellectual IPR, intellectual property right, the again very important issue, how what you have worked, what you have developed is going to remain yours. Nobody else is going to make its use without your consent. So these are very important issues, and the government organization and people and the scientists working in these areas, they are very serious about their products, about the development of the products and their best safe and protected uses. So friends, it is in brief, I have tried to put some light on majority of the issues where biotechnology intervenes, where biotechnology plays very important role. And so think of the importance of biotechnology. Biotechnology itself is an area of immense importance and the forefront area of biomedical research. Biotechnological innovations in several fields. So don't consider it that biotechnological innovations means the innovations which have been made in biotechnology. No. How medical science, forensic science, agricultural science, industrial science and related other sciences have been innovated, have been improvised, have been made better to cater in much better way the needs for which they are meant, for which they are established, for which they are studied. So biotechnological innovations, biotechnological support extended to these fields ultimately made them more modern, more sophisticated, more result-oriented, more beneficial product related. So that is the point of concern here as biotechnological innovations in medical science and related other sciences. See, the diagnostics and therapeutics are the two areas where this biotechnology has to play, and in diagnosis and in therapy, that is the development of drug, development of vaccines, and in diagnosis the diagnostic tools, even from grassroots level reaching to the gene level, it has its immense of role. Similarly, in forensic science, it has made the science more pertinent, more scientific, more authentic, and the findings help the court, honorable courts, to decide the criminal cases and to fix the responsibility of a crime to a particular person who is in the interrogation process. And in agricultural science, as we have seen, we are having better yield giving plants, drug resistant plants, disease resistant plants, and hazard resistant plants. Even the vaccines are being developed with the help of this science in plants. many more things. And industrial science, the industrial enzymology, industrial microbiology, industrial chemistry, industrial pharmaceutical sciences, everywhere there is consistent support and role played by the science biotechnology. So I think in brief I attempted to discuss, to deliberate on biotechnology, its history and its interventions, its support in different areas, also keeping in mind the application and scope of biotechnology.